Have you noticed something strange? Every few months, politicians tell us help is on the way. A new package, a new scheme, a new promise, and yet your rent still goes up and your bank account somehow looks smaller at the end of every month. So here's the big question. Is Britain finally getting help with the cost of living, or are we just getting another headline? Welcome back to UK Current Affairs Analysis. Today we are talking about a major announcement from Chancellor Rachel Reeves. And trust me, whether you support Labour, Conservatives, Reform UK or none of them, this affects your wallet. So stay with me because by the end of this video I want to know, do you think this plan will genuinely help British families, or is it simply political theatre? Let's begin. Imagine you are a parent in Britain. The summer holidays are coming. The kids want days out. They want cinema trips, theme parks, ice cream, meals out. Meanwhile, you are looking at your bank balance thinking, can we afford any of this? Well, according to Chancellor Rachel Reeves, help is on the way. The government has announced what it calls the Great British Summer Savings Scheme. Sounds impressive, doesn't it? Almost like a superhero movie. The only thing missing is a cap. Under the plan, VAT on many summer attractions will be temporarily reduced. Theme parks, zoos, museums, cinemas, even children's meal in restaurants and cafes. The government says this will help families save money and enjoy the summer without constantly worrying about bills. And let's be honest, most families would welcome any help they can get. Because the cost of living crisis is not just a headline anymore. It's become part of everyday life. People notice it when they buy groceries. They notice it when they pay rent. They notice it when the energy bill arrives. And sometimes they notice it when they accidentally look at their online banking app and immediately regret it. But here's where things become interesting. The government is calling this a major package. Yet many people are asking, will these savings actually make a difference? Think about it. If your rent has increased by hundreds of pounds, if your energy bills remain high, if your weekly shopping costs far more than it did a few years ago, will a cheaper cinema ticket really change your situation? That's the debate now taking place across Britain. And it gets even more interesting because according to recent polling, the cost of living remains the number one concern for many British families. Not just for a few people, for millions. And here's the challenge facing Rachel Reeves. People don't simply want announcement, they want results. A government can launch schemes, hold press conferences, make promises. But if ordinary people don't actually feel better off, the political benefit disappears very quickly. In other words, perceptions matters, reality matters, and households' finance matter even more. Now, I want to ask you something. If the government had £1 billion to spend, would you rather see it used for lower taxes, lower energy bills, more housing, higher wages? Write your answer in the comments. I am genuinely interested to see what people think. Now let's talk about the Chancellor herself. Rachel Reeves is not just another politician making promises. He is a person responsible for managing the country's finance. That's a difficult job on a good day. Trying to satisfy voters, businesses, economists, and opposition politicians at the same time is a bit like trying to make everyone happy at a family wedding. Somebody is always going to complain, but Reeves clearly understands one thing. If people continue feeling poorer, they won't care how many speeches politicians make. They will want change, real change. And that brings us to the biggest question of all. Is this the beginning of meaningful support for British families? Or is it a temporary summer discount while the deeper problems remain unsolved? Because let's not forget, housing costs are still high, energy concerns have not disappeared, and many households still feel under pressure. The government says this is a start. Critics say it does not go far enough. The public will decide who is right. And perhaps that decision has already started. So tell me, do you think Rachel Reeves deserves credit for trying to help families? Or do you think Britain needs much bigger solutions? Comment below. I read as many comments as possible and I would love to hear your views. If you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to like the video. And if you are interested in UK politics, the economy, immigration, cost of living issues, and the stories shaping modern Britain, subscribe to UK Current Affairs Analysis, because the next big political story may already be around the corner. Thanks for watching.